having worked with George Clooney on multiple projects at this point, I'm curious, like, where do you guys start in your discussions of collaborations and on what projects that you want to do together?
Oh, it's very informal.
Yeah.
You know, George sent me an email. I was going to pick my kids up at school, and I got a text that just said, "What are you doing next spring?"
Yeah.
You know, and that was it.
Does he kind of just assume that you're immediately going to be on board, or?
No, he's not. He's not presumptuous in that way. He could, and I
Yeah.
think he probably knows that he knew that I would do it once
Sure.
once I read it. Because it's a great script and a great story, and you know, there would be no reason not to do it.
And you had the cameo in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, but this is the first time that you've actually worked with him as a director on a full feature. I mean, is there a difference in the relationship between being co-stars and having him as your director?
No, I mean, it's once you submit to being in a movie, you know, you're submitting to a reality, and that's that the director, it's a benevolent dictatorship.
Sure.
You know, you can be friends, but at work, the reality is, should we ever devolve into some horrible argument, he's got the trump card.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the reality was, it never got,
Yeah.
you know, there was never any conflict. You know, he'd thought about this so much, he'd written the script with Grant, they were, you know, they were deep into it, and so any suggestion that he made, I just willingly took and was grateful for.
It seemed that you just have a lot of trust in what he's doing. I mean,
Look at his body of work, though.
Yeah.
I mean, over the last 10 years, there's no actor who's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's writing, he's directing, he's producing, he's acting, and he's done, you know, this is his fourth film, and they've all been fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, and not to mention the work that he's doing, you know, when he's not doing these, he's doing Up in the Air and The Descendants and Gravity. You know, so he's really in the zone right now, and so yeah, it's you know, it's easy to say yes to someone
And
like
just
that.
being part of this ensemble, and by the way, it's an absolutely amazing cast, and it's fantastic just to watch you all in a group. But at in times in this movie, you are kind of paired off. You spend a lot of the film with Cate Blanchett.
Bummer, right?
Yeah, terrible. That's just tragedy. But when you're viewing the final cut of the film, can you kind of distance yourself from it a little bit and kind of just see the movie as a normal audience member in that respect?
I think in an ensemble film, it's easier because there are all these moments where I'm not on screen, and I can just enjoy what those guys are doing. Because there's a lot of it that they shot when I would go back to New York to be with my kids, and so I wasn't on set for some of those scenes. So I'd read them, I knew they were shooting them, and George was telling me they were going really well, but you know, I hadn't actually seen them, and so there were huge parts of the movie that I'd never seen. You know,
And you get, I mean, huge experience watching John Goodman, Bill Murray up on the screen, and it's always fun.
I mean,
so yeah,
I mean, and the pairings are really great. Like John and Jean Dujardin, like the scene where they go after the sniper. I mean, it's just great. You know, it's great. And Bill in the shower in that scene. You know, it's just like it's really beautiful, beautiful work.